show you how to make the Jello cake in the Jello unit. And the Jello cake uses the creamy method. And what it essentially is students are always like, Jello cake, what's that? You have a yellow cake, you bake it in a 9x13 pan, and then when it comes out of the oven, if you made your cake properly, you pour Jello on it and it absorbs it like a sponge. And then when you cut it, it has this flavor of strawberry, cherry, red Jello works the best, and it's really good with like fresh strawberries and whipped cream. It's a really, really tasty cake. So let's get started. We're going to start off by creaming our sugar, just regular granulated sugar. And when you do this, you're going to be doing some math with it, and you're going to be reducing the recipe down by half. So it's 1 cup, and then 1/3 a cup of butter. I put this at room temperature so it will get nice and smushy. We'll be right back. So in this bowl, I've creamed together the butter and the sugar, and you can see you don't even know it's butter and sugar because it's creamed together so nicely. And it will take a little bit of time. It's easier when it's softened butter at room temperature. And then to this, you're going to add your eggs. Okay, so there's 2 eggs in this recipe. Just like so. And then you're going to mix that together until it's all combined. Okay, so it looks just like that. We'll be right back. All right, so I've incorporated the eggs, and at this point, you can't overmix butter, sugar, and eggs. So you want this to be really, really, really creamy, and that's going to maintain a nice creamy texture to your cake batter. Now when you're going to add your dry ingredients, which consists of flour, baking powder, and salt, and you're going to put yours in a bowl. I just put it in here. It's all combined together, and then your milk. And you're going to add them alternatingly. But you want to avoid over-mixing, because if you over-mix your cake, it's either going to rise too much, it's just not going to be the right texture that you're looking for. So at this point, see how nice and light yellow this is? This is beautiful, and you want to get it to that stage, but it takes time. So you'll be probably using a KitchenAid. I just mixed it by hand, but it's all incorporated nicely together. So I'm going to add a little bit of my flour, like so. And then I'm going to put a little bit of my milk. And the milk, the reason why you're doing it alternating is to avoid the over-mixing. Just like so. And then go around the sides of the bowl, almost like you're folding it, just to get it all incorporated. So it's going to be somewhat lumpy right now, and that's okay. We'll get it all out. We add the remainder. Okay. And I'm going to add in the remaining flour. Like so. And then you're just going to do the same thing until it's nice and smooth. So we'll be right back. So we're back, and the cake batter is nice and smooth, as you can see. So now I'm going to just lightly grease my pan. The sides are really important. Sometimes you might want to put a liner on the bottom of the pan, but with this recipe it's fine. Okay, so then we're going to pour the cake batter starting in the middle, get all of it out. Just like so. Okay, and then you're just going to kind of bam it. And then you're going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. As soon as it comes out of the oven, let it cool for like a minute or so, and then you're going to pour your Jello mixture right on the top. Okay, nice and liquidy Jello mixture. It doesn't go in the fridge or anything until after it's been poured on. So all I did in here was combine 2 cups of hot water with the Jello mixture, and then as soon as that's dissolved, I put in 2 cups of cold water. Alright, and the directions are right on the box. So I'm going to put this in the oven, and I'll show you. So the cake is nice golden brown, so as soon as it comes out of the oven, I let it cool for a couple minutes. Then you're going to take your Jello, and you're going to pour it in, and it's going to look like, why would I put all that liquid in there? But your cake is going to act like a sponge and literally absorb it in. If it doesn't, you messed up your cake recipe. But you can see it's starting to suck it in. And tomorrow, as soon as it sets, I will show you what it looks like all absorbed. Alright, so we're back and you can see that the Jello has absorbed into that yellow cake and it's beautiful. It's going to be a bit heavy, but that's what it's supposed to be like. So on day 2 of this, you are going to cut your cake and you're going to have to share with everyone in the class. So the best way to do this is kind of just loosen your edges from the side, okay? And then you are going to count the number of people in the class and start making equal size slices. That could be a slice, it could be a nice like square of cake. If you were to cut this in a bakery, it would just be like a thin slice. But you just want them to be nice and even and consistent. For this video, I am just going to do nice little squares like what you're used to in elementary school. Okay? Now, something to keep in mind is the first piece that comes out is always probably going to look the worst. And that's okay. So, we're going to get this out. It's nice and heavy in there. So you can see the nice Jello. Okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to put it on a plate, and this one you can see is not as cut nicely, so you'll spend more time doing that. And then you can garnish it. A little bit of Cool Whip, maybe some strawberries, and you're going to want to make all your plates for your classmates look the same so it's consistent, and then you'll have the opportunity to not only taste your cake, but all the other cakes. Thank you.